Hello, welcome to Zen with Jen Yoga. In today's class, we're going to be rooting down to rise up. My name is Jennifer, and I'll be guiding you through the sequence today. With this theme of rooting down, if you have any heaviness happening in life or you're dealing with a challenging situation, to ground down into ourselves and to go within to find our inner strength within will help us to rise up to the occasion and accomplish or overcome or get through whatever it is we're going through. So as we move today, think about grounding down to rise up throughout the sequence and throughout life in general. For today's class, you might want to have a pillow. We're going to be doing some reclined poses, and some blocks can be helpful. And I'm going to keep our peak pose a secret until the end. So I'll have you see if you can guess what the peak pose is. You can always leave that in the comments. Otherwise, I'll reveal it at the end of class. So come to recline on your backs. If you want to have a pillow supporting your head, go ahead and have that ready. And then hug your knees in towards your chest. And then let your legs just come down long and bring your hands to your belly. Start to notice your breath and feel how you are grounded by the earth, supported by the earth, grounding down into the earth to rise up. Feel how your belly expands on the inhales and create space with your inhale. On the exhale, release, let go of what isn't serving you. Breathe in, feel the belly fill up. Exhale, feel your navel come back in towards your spine. And now to seal in our intention of grounding down to rise up, take the deepest breath you've taken all day, and then sip the inhale just even more at the crest. And then exhale, open your lips to release, part your lips and let something go. We'll seal this in now. Breathe in. Breathe in a little more. Part your lips, exhale it out, let go. Release what isn't serving you so we can rise up. Now bring the soles of your feet flat to the mat and then hug your knees into your chest. This time you can rock a little side to side. And then we're going to bring our arms laying in a cactus shape. So your palms are going to face up and you're just going to cactus your arms. And then bump your hips to the left and let your knees fall to the right for a supine twist with our arms cactused. So do your best to stack your hips one on top of the other. Keep your shoulder blades flush to the mat. We're going to be here for just 2 more breaths for a total of 3. Grounding down into ourselves to rise up to anything that comes in our path. Next time your navel comes into your spine, lift your knees back to center, hug your knees back into your chest so you can make any adjustments and reset. And then bring your arms out into a cactus again, bump your hips to the right now, let your knees fall to the left. Do your best to stack your hips one on top of the other and to keep your shoulder blades flush to the mat. Couple more breaths in this position. Grounding down, going within to find our strength within. On your next exhale, bring your navel in towards your spine and lift your knees back to center. Go ahead and hug your knees back into your chest. rock side to side, make any adjustments, and then bring the soles of your feet flat to the mat. Get your low back flush. And then we're going to do some pelvic tilts. So keep your palms now pressed down into the mat. You can spread your fingers a little. And then breathe in to arch your spine, but keep your glutes touching the mat. Keep your shoulder blades touching the mat. And then just begin to rock your pelvis. So the pelvis curls up towards the ceiling. The glutes gently squeeze. And then breathe in to arch your spine here. We're going to do 5 of these. So lift just slightly off the mat. Engage your glutes. Tilt your pelvis back and forth. Using your entire inhale and your entire exhale. Grounding down. You're pressing gently into your feet one more time to arch your back, kind of like a reclined cow pose. And then curl your pelvis up towards the ceiling, gently engage your glutes, and then come into a neutral spine. Now you can hug your knees into your chest. If you want to try doing a little bit of a rocking, you can hold on to the back of your thighs. And then take 3 gentle rocks until you come up. And then when you get up, cross at your ankles, and we're going to make our way into tabletop position. So bring your hands under your shoulders, bring your knees under your hips, spread your fingers wide, press into the finger pads. If you have sensitive knees here, you can always take a blanket and just put them underneath your knees. So you'll breathe in to drop your belly and bring your gaze to the wall in front of you. You're gently pressing into the tops of your feet. Exhale, push the floor away, drop tailbone down, stretch between your shoulder blades. 2 more times. Breathe in, gaze at the wall, stretch between your belly button to your throat, opening our chest and our throat to speak our truth for the day. Exhale, push the floor away, stretch between your shoulder blades. 1 more time. Breathe in, just move your spine only, drop your belly, gaze forward, curl tailbone up. Use your entire exhale to push the floor away from you. Curl tailbone down. Release your head. Stretch between your shoulder blades. Come back into a neutral spine. If you have your knees on a blanket, go ahead and move that out of the way. And then take your hands, move them 1 palm print forward. Make it a large palm print. Keep your fingers spread wide, keep pressing into those finger pads, and then you're going to peel your hips up for downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Savasana. Really push the floor away as you keep a bend in your knees, gripping the mat to take pressure off your wrist. Once you have the sensation of length created, then you can pedal out your legs. Grounding down so we can rise up. Breathing in and creating space on your inhales and exhaling out anything that isn't serving you. If you're ready, you can try to straighten your heels towards the mat any amount if you want. If not, just keep bending your knees and lengthening your spine. All is good. Remember, we move through practice without judgments, without the perception of right or wrong or better or worse, but just doing. Now, my friends, go ahead and breathe in, come onto the ball of your left foot and bring it in just a little. And then lift your right leg up behind you. Keep your toes and hips facing the mat. Go ahead and open up, stacking your hips one on top of the other, coming into like a scorpion position or 3-legged open hip dog. And then breathe in, straighten your right leg behind you again with your toes and hip points facing the mat. Bend the right knee as if you're squeezing it in towards your glute, and then shift it in towards your midline and shift your shoulders over your hands. Bring your right foot through. Drop your back knee down. Keep your right knee aligned over your right ankle and your right thigh parallel. Come onto your fingertips to lengthen your torso. And then you're going to sweep your arms up overhead and then bring them behind you to interlace your hands behind your back. Lengthen out of your hips and then pull your knuckles down to help you lift your chest, but keep growing out of your hips here. Keep your knees stacked over your ankle and then maybe lean back a little. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in again, and then breathe out. Breathe in to reach your arms back up, and then exhale to bring your hands back to frame your right foot. Pick up your left knee, coming into runner's lunge, and then step your right foot back in a downward facing dog. From here, we're going to take a little vinyasa, so come onto the balls of your feet and roll your shoulders just past your wrist, one line from head to tailbone. And then bend your elbows, breathe in, lower all the way down. Breathe out, lower all the way down. Breathe in to lift up for low cobra. So you're going to reach your feet away from one another, spread your legs, press into the tops of your feet, and then hook your tailbone down and lift your chest, keeping your glutes relaxed for a low cobra, using your upper back muscles here. Exhale, release, let your forehead be the last thing to come down, and then press up into downward facing dog. Stay for a breath in, and stay for a breath out. Come onto the ball of your right foot, bring it up and in a little, and then lift your left leg up behind you, and then stack your left hip on top of your right hip, coming into an open hip three-legged dog or a scorpion position I've heard before too. And then breathe in, straighten your left leg, bring the hip points and toes facing the mat, bend the left knee, squeeze it in towards your glute, and then squeeze it in through the midline, shift your shoulders over your hands and bring that left foot through. Drop your right knee down, come onto your fingertips so you can lengthen your torso, get your left knee over your ankle, peek at it, make sure it's there. Your left thigh is going to be parallel, and then breathe in, engage your core, engage your thighs, sweep your arms up, and then bring your hands back. Switch the crossing of the thumb, so put your more unusual thumb on top this time, and then go ahead and reach your knuckles towards the floor, opening up your chest. Make sure you're growing out of your hips, keep that length, and then maybe bend back slightly. Breathe in. I ground down to rise up. So you're grounding into the left foot, engaging your inner thighs, and you're lifting, rising up with your chest. Now breathe in, sweep your arms up. Exhale, now bring your hands to frame your left foot, pick up your right knee, and then step your left foot back into downward facing dog. Stay in down dog or come forward into plank pose here. Shift your shoulders past your wrist. Bend your elbows to lower all the way down on a breath out. Hook your tailbone. Press into the tops of your feet. Widen your hands to come under your shoulders. And then breathe in. Keep your glutes relaxed as you lift your chest. Use your back muscles. Shine your heart forward. Spiral the elbow creases for cobra pose. Your feet are lengthening away from your chest. Exhale, let your chest come down. And then press it all back up into downward facing dog. Stay in for a breath in and down dog. And out. And now you can try hopping to the top of your mat, or you can take many steps. But if you're going to hop, bring your feet together and up a little. Actually, everybody do that. And then you bend your knees, breathe in, and as you exhale, you're going to jump to where you're gazing. So don't take the gaze off your landing spot. Breathe in to prepare, and then exhale, make your way to where you're looking. And then meet in forward fold. In forward fold, you can let your head be heavy. Your feet can be about hips distance or a little closer if you want. And you can sway side to side, clasping your elbows. and switch the clasp. And then lift all 10 toes, activate the arches, feel all 4 corners of your feet, ground down into them, and rise up just like we've been talking about into mountain pose. Stack your head, heart, and pelvis. Press into those heels to align your tailbone. Keep your shoulders relaxed and away from your ears. Keep your palms wide and by your sides. Mountain pose. Now bend your knees to sweep your arms up for Urdhva. Maybe look up and back bend just slightly. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold forward over your straight legs. Back into forward fold. Breathe in for halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins, thighs, or the floor. Lengthen your spine. Bring weight into the balls of your feet. One line from head to tailbone. Exhale, release back to forward fold. Bring your feet, heel toe them together. Bring your big toes to touch. And then bring your weight into your heels and lift your arms up. Lift your chest up for chair pose. Breathe in. Bring your navel in and up. Keep your chest lifted and sit back into your heels. Breathe in, sit back just a little bit more. And then exhale, rise up into mountain. Bring your arms by your sides. Stand tall in your mountain pose. Now bend your knees to sweep your arms up again for Urdhva, reaching through your fingertips. Maybe look up and back, bend a little, and then exhale, hinge from your hips and fold forward over your legs. Breathe in for halfway lift. Bring your hands to where it's comfortable. Bring the weight into the balls of your feet. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, release back to forward fold. Bring the weight now into your heels and rise up into Utkatasana chair pose. Really keep your chest lifted here and sit back into your heels. So keep your chest and your knees even and your chest behind your knees, if that makes sense. Breathe in and then exhale. Back to mountain pose. And then one more time, we're going to bend our knees, sweep our arms out and up for Urdhva. Really reach through your fingertips. Keep your head, heart, pelvis aligned. Exhale, release down into forward fold. From forward fold now, heel toe your feet out. Bring your heels in and your toes out, and we're going to come into yogi squat. So lower your hips down. Keep your chest lifted here. If you're like this, that's perfectly okay. Just keep that chest lifted. Breathe in and out. And then just bring your hands behind you to help you lower down. And then we're going to come back into a reclined position. Bring your head, actually, if you want to bring your head onto your pillow, please feel free to support your beautiful head. And then we're going to hug our knees into our chest, hug your knees in, and then just reach your feet up towards the ceiling. Bring the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling for dead bug pose. And then bring your arms, so keep your legs, your feet in line with your hips, and your hands are going to be in line with your shoulders. Your palms are facing the ceiling and your feet are facing the ceiling. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. Grounding down so we can rise up. I find my strength from within. Use your breath. We have 2 more breaths. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then release the soles of your feet down to the mat. Bring your palms down, and then you can take a windshield wipering of the legs if that feels good. And then we're going to move on to our next pose here. So for this, actually you can keep your head on the pillow if you want. And we're going to do bridge pose, Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. So bring your palms to be flat onto the mat. Bring your heels as close to your glutes as you can get them. And keep your knees in line with your hips. You're going to start slightly tuck your upper arm bones in to open the chest, and then you're going to tuck your chin in towards your chest slightly, but make sure you can still breathe. Breathe in and press in, ground down into your feet to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Engage your glutes and have your glutes going towards your heels. There's that sensation. And then lift your hips up as high as they'll go. Stay for a breath in. Press into your feet a little more. Lift your hips even higher. And then release vertebrae by vertebrae. Letting your low back be the last thing to unfold. Take a moment, windshield wiper the legs. We're going to do that again. So go ahead and bring your heels in towards your glutes as close as you can. Roll those upper arm bones under, and then press into your feet to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Tuck your chin in towards your chest, and maybe this time you can walk your shoulders or your arms under you and clasp your hands. Engage those glutes, have them going towards your heels, lift up. Grounding down to rise up. So ground into those feet to rise your hips up. And then release on an exhale, lowering down. If you can, try not to slingshot your hands. It's okay if you do, though. Practice, practice. Let your lower back be the last thing to unfold. And then go ahead and windshield wiper your legs. Nice. Alrighty, from here, hug your knees in towards your chest. Rock a little side to side. And then you're going to lay your legs out in front of you. Go ahead and cross your right leg over your left leg and come into a gentle twist. So keep your left leg long, and you're just going to guide your right leg over. Extend your right arm, keep your hand in line with your shoulder, and your left hand can come to your right thigh. Maybe you gaze to your right hand. You can tuck your foot under your left leg too if you want. Beginning to slow and cool down. Next time your navel comes in towards your spine, uncross your right leg and then bring both legs in again just for one quick squeeze. And now you're going to straighten out the right leg and take your left leg and go ahead and cross it over your right. You can tuck your foot under your right thigh. Keep your left hand in line with your shoulder, but extend it. And you're trying to stack your hips, but also keep your shoulder blades on the mat. So this is amazing stretch for the thoracic area of your spine. And great for cooling down. Next time you breathe out and your navel comes in towards your spine, use that to help lift your knees back up. Hug them back in towards your chest again. And then option to take a happy baby. So you can bring your hands to the inside of your legs. Grab your big toes with your 2-piece fingers and your thumb, and then use that to lift and kick your heels and the soles of your feet towards the ceiling as you bring your knees in towards your armpits. Keep the back of your hips and your shoulder blades on the mat. Maybe you rock a little, maybe not. On your next exhale, bring the soles of your feet in and then back down. And today you can either choose to close in Supta Baddha Konasana or reclined butterfly and bring your hands to your belly, or you can just straighten your legs out as you would in Savasana. And we're just going to notice how we feel now than when we first started, without any judgments, no right or wrong, no better or worse. Notice how you grounded down to rise up to the occasion. And if you guessed bridge pose as the peak pose, you are 100% correct. Allow your breath, though, as if it was coming in through the crown of your head on the inhale, and then exhaling out through the soles of your feet, breathing through your entire body. And I'll let you just be for a moment in time. Now take a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. And just make small movements at first. Slowly waken yourself back up. Maybe stretch your arms overhead. Maybe stretch your legs long if you were in reclined butterfly. And then roll to your side. Come into a fetal position. Let your head rest on your arm for a breath in. And also out. And then press into your hand to help you rise back up to seated. And we'll close it out. Bring your hands to prayer position. Come to easy seat and sit up nice and tall. Take a moment to thank yourself and honor your time, honor your body. Take the intention with you of grounding down to rise up to any occasion. And together we'll close with the vibrational healing sound of Om, or you can just take the deepest breath you've taken so far today, even bigger than any of the ones before. Open your mouth to exhale and release. Otherwise, we can do Om together. Go ahead and breathe in. Om. Bow your chin to chest. Bring your hands to your thighs. Lift your head and open your eyes if they're closed. I thank you so much for joining me. My mission is to help you find your Zen and live as authentically as you can by showing you can have an amazing yoga practice right in the middle of your living room. Nothing fancy required. If you want to help support my channel, read my channel description and there's information there. Please hit the subscribe button. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you were able to guess bridge as the peak pose today or whatever your guess was. Otherwise, I'll be back to share experience, strength, hope, and of course, yoga with you guys. And just know whatever you're going through is just a temporary situation. We grow, we change. It just requires putting in some work, showing up for yourself regularly. And if you practice, take the affirmations with you. I ground down to rise up. How can you bring that with you throughout the rest of your day and every day? Thank you so much. Namaste, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.